Well, we have with us now the CEC, Mr. Sampath, who's just pulled off a really long, tiring, hot election campaign. Mr. Sampath, thank you so much for joining us here on NDTV. I just wanted to begin by understanding what the schedule and the expectation for tomorrow is actually going to be. How long do you think it will be before the first results will start to flash? When do you expect the entire process to be over?
The counting starts at 8 o'clock in the morning. The first half hour, the counting centers will take up postal ballot counting. After half an hour, they will take up electronic voting machine counting. And we expect in about 2 to 3 hours, say by about 11, 12 like that, you will start getting definite trends, and by the evening most of the results should be coming.
So you're saying that the first leads perhaps will start to come in by about 8:30, 9 and trains will be clear by 10:30, 11, and then by the evening the whole process is done. Is that what you're saying?
No. At the time of the postal ballot counting, you can't get anything because postal ballot counting will only commence in that half an hour. I have seen on quite a few occasions people giving leads even at 8:30, 9, etc., which is just not possible. Leads or trends will start coming only after about 1.5 hours or so.
Okay, so by 9
after you have 1 or 2 rounds, yeah.
Okay, so 9:30 is what you're saying, that the first leads will start to come in. Okay, that's important for all of our viewers.
No, that may be the earliest.
All right,
correct.
So that's important for all of our viewers who no doubt be glued to their TV screens right from early in the morning. Now, this has been a really long election campaign. I mean, it was in 2009 as well. I think you shaved perhaps 3 days off that campaign. But any thoughts for the next election whenever there is? Can we tighten the process? Can we not have so much campaigning in the summer sun?
No, I'm sorry, I'm not able to hear you.
I was just asking about the length of the campaign. It's been a really long campaign, although it is 3 days less than it was in 2009.
Yeah. The campaign was quite long. At times it became quite rancorous also. Yeah.
Okay, there were, by and large, I have to say, when you're 550 million people are going in to vote, it's fantastic that their problems are as few as they have been. Perhaps you could just take us through some of the big challenges. We did have certain places, Mumbai for example, where people said their names were not there in the voters list. What were the big challenges that you faced?
No, since you had mentioned about Mumbai, so I have to tell you, one of the reasons for our impressive turnout of voters is a good electoral roll. We take lot of precautions, lot of steps for preparing a good, truthful electoral roll. But always we have had some problem or other in metros. In metros for various reasons, like when our verification officer goes to a flat complex, to an apartment complex for the verification, in most cases he will not even be allowed inside to go for the verification. Most of the people won't be available there, and also the mobility of the people in metros internally is very high. These are all some of the reasons which lead to some complications with regard to preparation of electoral roll in urban areas and refining them. So in fact, our CEO in Maharashtra, at the time of the preparation of last rolls during last summary revision, he had even published the names of the deletions, names of the deleted people in local newspapers. Like that, every possible measures were taken, that correct, proper measures as stipulated in the statute were followed, was also certified by the High Court in recent judgment.
Okay, we did, once upon a time the biggest challenge of the Election Commission used to be to make sure that rigging doesn't take place, that booth capturing doesn't take place. By and large, that situation has improved, although we have heard some allegations about are there faulty EVMs in some areas, and in Bengal, for example, West Bengal in particular, there were incidents of violence and charges of rigging that have come out.
Yes. we actually we are also concerned about these things, and whenever we got complaints about malpractices in polling stations, we got them invariably inquired. In fact, in the last 3 phases of the election, we even reoriented. We changed our strategy regarding deployment of central forces, particularly in conflict zones. The most effective security is central police force. But during a national election, availability of central police force is limited, much limited when compared to a standalone state election. In spite of that, to maximize the use of central police force, we have been organizing these elections in phases, in much longer drawn out phases. At one point of time, we have told the DM and observer to call the candidates, to find out from the candidates their priorities for deployment of central police in polling stations. Accordingly, they were done. Whatever corrective measures required, even in the course of the poll, we have been taking.
So at the end of the day, Mr. Sampath, are you satisfied that by and large there was no systematic rigging in any constituency anywhere, EVMs were all fine, it was a free and fair election in every sense of the word? You're completely confident about that in every constituency?
Yeah, we are, as Commission, we have every satisfaction that this election has passed off in a fair and peaceful manner, and people have also got an opportunity. If they did not have that opportunity, they could not have turned out and exercised their franchise in such large numbers, contributing to highest ever voter turnout in independent India.